Mr. Secretary, thank you for your opening statement, sir. At this time, I'm going to begin with questions, including my own, and I thank you again. My first question, Mr. Secretary, is going to be dealing with high-assay, low-enriched uranium, as we know as HALEU. Mr. Secretary, there's an urgent need in our country for commercially available HALEU to enable U.S. leadership in the deployment of advanced reactor technologies. Congress has provided the Department with substantial resources to increase domestic production of HALEU. In the fiscal 24 bill, I was able to work to secure $2.7 billion for fiscal 24 to support these efforts. However, the Department has been slow-moving in taking meaningful action to accelerate the availability of new and diverse domestic uranium enrichment capacity. I'm so pleased that this administration has taken steps to increase the availability of HALEU, including allocating HALEU material from DOE sources to address the near-term fuel needs of our nuclear developers, and I thank you for that. What steps is the Department taking to accelerate the development of commercially competitive HALEU capacity in the United States, sir?
Mr. Chairman, and the whole committee, thank you for your efforts to allocate over $2 billion for this critical issue for our country. And you're right, that capital has not been deployed yet. And since I've been on this job about 100 days, we are looking at that in detail of what's the greatest bang for the buck. How do we deploy that money to reestablish enrichment capabilities in the United States owned by American companies, and not just for low-enriched uranium, but for HALEU, for next generation? And as you know, we've already allocated amounts of HALEU that are in DOE stockpiles to 5 companies that have new next-generation reactors that are coming out to help those reactors get into testing and get into commercial production. We are evaluating, we've put out a request for interest to companies for producing low-enriched uranium in the United States. We've not got back proposals yet, but we will evaluate those carefully. And soon we will send out a solicitation for HALEU as well, looking to deploy the money you have allocated. As you know as well as I do, a little less than a third of current enriched uranium powering the United States nuclear reactors actually comes by American companies produced in America. 2/3 of that is imported from overseas. This is unacceptable, and this is where we are today before we even get the growth and the nuclear renaissance we're both so passionate about. So this is a critical issue. We need to grow the capacity to enrich uranium on our soil, and we will deploy those funds in that effort.
Thank you for your comments, and I agree 100% with the Secretary, and we look forward to furthering those goals. The next issue, with my time remaining, is going to deal with spent nuclear fuel reprocessing. Mr. Secretary, there's over 91,000 metric tons of spent nuclear fuel stored at nuclear plant sites around the United States. We originally in this country developed technology to reprocess spent nuclear fuel during World War II, and in fact operated some of the largest reprocessing facilities in the world until it came to an abrupt end during the Carter administration, one of the biggest faux pas in my view. I have put up money in previous bills for nuclear fuel reprocessing. Many of my friends, not only on my side of the dais, but also on the Democratic side, are supporting reprocessing. What is the Department's strategy to advance spent nuclear fuel reprocessing technologies in the United States and ensure the long-term domestic commercial viabilities of these technologies, sir?
Fantastic. Yeah, just yesterday afternoon, this was a subject of discussion among the DOE team in this area and a representative from the White House on nuclear science and discussing reprocessing. I agree with you. This has been a mistake in our country for 50 years, coming up on 50 years. All of that spent uranium fuel from our reactors today is just a growing liability for our country, and we have failed to find a long-term storage for that waste, and we have a growing hole, a growing burden, overhang on us for this waste. And as you pointed out, a lot of this waste and burden right now could actually be fuel and could be of value to next-generation reactors. So DOE has worked hard to prepare a study that will come out before too long on what is the appropriate way to move forward of reprocessing. We're aligned on that. This is a resource, not a burden.
Thank you, sir. My time's up, but I want to say even the previous administration worked with me on this issue, and I look forward to working with you as well.